We're coming to you live on May 7th while Kevin and Olivia are out on assignment risking their lives, people. That's serious.
Indeed they are. Now on the show today, streaking. And around the net, we'll reveal a video of a naked man storming the set of a pool shooting tournament. We promise you, balls will break and not the kind you think. Plus, in the loop, Kevin sat down earlier with Bear Grylls from Man vs. Wild. We'll find out what he's got in store in the new season.
Also, we turn the spotlight on IllumaStream in our Who's Who on YouTube. I know. Their videos are filled with health advice, but their thumbnails are filled with sex. And we'll tell you the story behind the #1 video rank on YouTube. When do they head the street? What? I don't even know what that means. Then we head to the street for sex advice.
It's sex.
That's the best place to get sex advice. Anna David answers your saucy questions, including one today about revealing to your girlfriend that you masturbate often. Very often.
All right then. Now time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
We're going around the net. We're starting things off at number 5 by checking in with local news once again. And today we're watching news from the team on CBS 4 in Minnesota.
That's right. Now, there was a collision of coincidence surrounding a dirty number that happened recently in Minnesota. A newly acquired Vikings football player will wear number 69. The weather outside was 69, and this is all too much to handle for weatherman Chris Schaefer.
The Vikings are expected to introduce Allen later today. Because I know you were all excited about him this morning, about the prospects, what he could do for the team.
Oh, I'm just so pumped up putting him next to what they call the Williams Wall, which is fantastic already on our defense. And Angela, how about this for a tie-in? What number does Jared Allen wear on his jersey? 69.
Oh, okay.
What's the current temperature outside?
69.
69. And it's an omen, a sign. Gonna get 69 sacks? I don't know about that. That's a little aggressive.
It is a sign. I think it's important to point out that he said 69 sacks, as in quarterback sack. 69 sacks? A little weird. And as far as I know, they don't have an after-hours version of WCCO's local news.
That's what you think. Now, coming in at number 4, we're playing some John Mayer for you.
Hold your horses. It's good. It's really good. But regardless of what you may think of his music, John Mayer...
I love his music.
is actually a funny actor. And today on Funny or Die, there's an exclusive comedy piece from him about how he makes his pretty music.
Hi, I'm John Mayer. Come along while I show you how a song is written. Having not been inspired since 2004, I've established an idea room.
Let's start with the most universal one we have. You work all week, you get through the grind, just living for the weekend.
How about something everybody can relate to, like when you're on Supermodel and you make the other ones jealous? Let's do it, I love it. I'll see you guys later. Hey, Brian, get me the guy who plays Whistle on Paradise City.
Axl Rose?
I didn't ask what his name was, just get him for me. The song is finally taking shape.
All right, we're ready. You want to take a listen?
I didn't sing on it.
Oh, well, we just pieced together a bunch of stuff that you've already sung.
Cool.
It is cool.
That's enough, I'm sure it's great. If I wasn't thought of as a young Bruce Springsteen before, I sure am now.
Woo! Yeah. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The mark of a real artist is the tracksuit that they wear, and if they've dated Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
That's a true artist, people.
That's true. That's good for him, but I still don't think he's a Bruce Springsteen, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean,
Great sense of humor, though.
Well, in number 3 is some highly entertaining footage from a super slow-mo camera.
Well, that's really a moot point, and I'll tell you why. Because all footage from super slow-mo cameras is entertaining.
Here are a group of people giving each other the raspberry very, very, very slowly. now that technically isn't a raspberry, right? I mean, that's more like a Zerbert or like a motorboat.
Okay, I don't know what any of those three things are. Raspberry, motorboat. I have no idea.
Is the between the it's the anyway.
What is
I'll
it?
explain it later. I'll explain it later.
What?
It takes charts. But we are excited to say that today we actually rented a studio camera that shoots at a mind-boggling 6,000 frames per second.
Get out of here.
With a 6.
No.
Allowing us to see every single detail of every minor action.
All right, you got me excited. Let's give it a go. Let's do it.
That was oddly hypnotic. Yeah, it's oddly hypnotic.
Yeah, I just want some pizza already. Please get me
But actually, it takes a week because it's so slow. The camera involves time-space continuum. It's Star Trek stuff.
some. Come again?
Sure.
Wow. All right,
that was
moving
subtle,
on.
wasn't it?
Yes. Fantastic. Coming in at number 2 today is a mashup from the BBC's latest, greatest incarnation of the Doctor Who show. Goodness.
Big fan of Doctor Who. The time-traveling Doctor has seen more than his fair share of oddities over the year, but few were as heart-wrenching as what he experienced on the planet of the Ood.
Right. Now, the race of aliens born into slavery mourn their existence by telepathically singing the universe's saddest song. And the good doctor had himself a listen.
I wish the Doctor could take that song away from me.
You know what? I know everyone hates that song. I actually absolutely love it. I jam to it all the time. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. I love Rick Astley.
So you're not going to give it up. You're never going to give it up. That's what you're saying.
Never going to give
All
it
right,
up.
That's
Never.
all right. And finally, topping off the internet today is a video of Great Britain's national pastime.
Shut up. You mean football?
Nope.
Like English football?
Nope.
Rugby?
Nope.
Cricket?
No, it's actually the really exciting national pastime, the one the Brits do anytime there's more than 100 people gathered.
Listen, right, they're all exciting, but I think you're talking about streaking.
Yes, we are! It's a national pastime, I love it. The latest televised example of this proud and noble tradition occurred a few days ago in the International Snooker Championship.
No,
snooker.
Listen,
That's how it's
snooker.
pronounced.
I don't
looked
say
it up.
anything right in this country,
Snooker.
but one thing I do know is snooker.
I thought that thing was called a snook.
It's looking like title number 3 for Ronnie. He only needs 2 more to win. And Willie Thorne and Dennis Taylor are in positions. Oh, that reminds me. Willie Thorne is indeed in the commentary box. He's alongside Dennis Taylor.
He took his clothes off. He's underneath the table, but he'll soon be removed. Okay. And the players do not even bother smiling at him. Someone like that, I don't know why they bother.
Now, honestly,
Yes.
how often does this actually occur over there?
It happens all the time. People actually feel cheated if they don't see a naked guy or woman running around at least twice a week. I did it myself a few times back in the day, like a long time ago.
What?
Yeah, try digging up that video footage. Huh?
I've got a shovel.
All right. To get your daily viral fix and to check out, you're such a perv.
I know.
All the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
And don't forget to catch tonight's 10 o'clock show featuring ATN After Hours. Speaking of me being a perv, with exclusive video. Tonight we'll look at Maxim girl and native Colombian Karen Carino's. If Colombia can make their girls as good as they make their drugs, everybody wins.
Of course they do. Those girls are smoking.
It's like an 80s party all over again, people.
I was born in the 80s. All right, and right now I have a quick rundown of today's top stories that I will be covering in the feed. Now, your internet is about to get 8 times faster than it is right now, and that's thanks to a $1 billion deal between Sprint and Clearwire. Plus, if you've looked everywhere for an album that is no longer in print, look again. It may be on Amazon soon. And fans of Frank Miller and Will Eisner are going to have a very Merry Christmas this year. It's all coming your way in just a few minutes. Now let's hear from you in the army of monitor heads with our video viewer mail.
With the success of the new Iron Man movie, do you guys think that possibly Batman could be better than it?
That's a good question. Did you see Iron Man?
I loved Iron Man. It was fantastic. I went 3 times to the theater and lined up every time. I couldn't get a ticket.
Oh, I was like, you saw it 3 times already? That's amazing!
I actually did see it twice.
Dude, I totally agree. Best superhero movie I've seen in a very, very long time. That said, sir, I'm very afraid that Dark Knight's gonna suck.
You know, this is
Am I
where
the only
we
one?
disagree. No, man. I saw previews for Dark Knight.
I got one in the audience.
You guys are pessimistic.
What did you say, baby?
Stop it already, all right?
Yeah,
It's being very naughty. I saw the previews for Dark Knight, and it looks incredible. You can't compare the two, though. They're so different. You know what I mean?
I mean, I like Batman Begins, but it was just like, Iron Man, I was like, I don't know how that's a big difference. It's mainly a phonetic thing. All right, still ahead, we'll take a closer look at IllumaStream and show you why their online sex advice videos are topping the charts in Who's Who on YouTube.
You just all this sex with you today.
I mean, that's what they did.
Sam Frisco and Jeff Wong examine some gothic films from Eastern, from anime to J-horror. It's all fair game in the Asian underground.
And on Blog Watch, we'll peer into the future by looking at the latest ideas, military projects, robotics, and of course, the apocalypse. All that and more right after this.
Enough with the sequels already. Are we having this fight again? Adam versus Adam starts in 60 seconds. Do we really need another Dynasty Warriors? Too often, publishers squander development resources on cookie-cutter sequels instead of creating new games. Sequels are common to every storytelling medium. Why should gamers be denied the pleasure of watching their favorite characters develop over time? Where would we be if Link had been allowed to die as an 8-bit sprite? Well, for one thing, we'd have a lot less creepy cosplayers. And for another, who's to say what talented developers could create without the constant pressure to rework that same story over and over? And how many hours have you spent playing the new Madden? I hate you so much. I'm Adam Sessler, and sometimes I wish I wasn't.
Go foreign shows. Pass me the bourbon, Phil.
Welcome back. Right now, Layla's got the only news you need to know.
Nintendo here in Hollywood.
The Feed with Layla Kaylee.
Alright guys, let's get right to it. WiMAX is on the way. Sprint and Clearwire are joining forces to begin construction on a new super fast wireless network that will handle traffic 8 times faster than anything on the market right now. Investors such as Google, Time Warner Cable, and Intel ponied up over $14 billion in investments, and all of them will reap the benefits of WiMAX. The cable companies get to sell 4G wireless broadband, Intel can market a whole new fleet of devices to sell chips for, and Sprint gets some desperately needed cash, so everyone wins. Amazon is bringing back a little bit of the past and unearthing some hard-to-find albums. Their disc-on-demand service, CreateSpace, will work with record companies like Sony BMG and EMI to make hundreds of out-of-print records available on Amazon.com. An Amazon spokesperson said that the new service will give customers the option of buying these titles new and freshly printed, as opposed to trolling through the Amazon marketplace hoping that someone's selling a used copy. Net neutrality continues to be a divisive topic on Capitol Hill. In a House subcommittee meeting yesterday, a producer of the show, Hannah Montana, argued in favor of the Internet Freedom Preservation Act. The act describes the Internet as new television of our century and would keep networks from purposely throttling traffic. The RIAA is against net neutrality because they want to protect themselves against piracy. But right now, the only way they can protect themselves is to target P2P protocols as a whole and purposely slow down their traffic. Well, Speed Racer may be busy revving up the powerful Mach 5, but it may not gun around the track as fast as expected. The film is set to open this weekend, but surveys given to audiences at screenings this week aren't coming back with glowing reviews. That means Iron Man could win the box office race again this weekend and push Speed out of the #1 slot faster than Racer X. But even though the odds are against him, Speed Racer is still a family movie that could draw big crowds, so Speed still may be able to see it through. Fingers crossed. And finally, Lionsgate is giving fans of Frank Miller and Will Eisner a Christmas present. The film The Spirit will now be released on December 25th instead of January 16th. The president of Lionsgate said that the studio decided to give the film a more prominent release date thanks to massive fan response at last year's Comic-Con. The film stars Samuel L. Jackson, Scarlett Johansson, and the very beautiful Eva Mendes. Well, that's it for today, guys, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Stay tuned to G4 all day and look for the feed ticker at the bottom of your screen. We'll have all the news you need to know as it happens. I'm Layla Kaylee, and you've just been fed.
Well, there's more news later. Let's check in with Morgan to see what X-Play has coming up.
Coming up tonight, we've got all of the latest Grand Theft Auto 4 news. The sales numbers are in, and they've blown away all expectations. In the US and the UK, it's officially the most successful entertainment launch ever. We'll have all the latest figures and more in the gaming update. Plus, we'll show you Mirror's Edge, the first-person parkour game that was just revealed at a Sony Gamers Day event. You have to see this brand new footage. Then we go head-to-head over the big GTA controversy that's got the gaming world up in arms. And we review Iron Man, the video game. We'll tell you if it's going to hold you over until the sequel is released. We've got all that and more at 8. Back to you.
Thanks, Morgan. Now, everyone knows there's sex on the interwebs, but there's only one source that will show you the right way to do it.
Today's Who's Who on YouTube will show you the ins and outs of good sex. It's like Miss Manners for your wang.
Listen to your body so you can continue having hot sex.
If you think the web hasn't got any valuable or accurate information about sex, then you haven't discovered IllumiStream. Millions of YouTube users have watched their expert video content to see the leading professionals provide skilled sex information in, shall we say, an engaging format. That's why IllumiStream are among this week's Who's Who on YouTube. Their videos cover topics like all about the ass and the medical benefits of sex, which features a fitness instructor explaining the anatomical benefits of sexual relations. Working out has never been so much fun. IllumiStream set out a year ago to determine the kind of online video content that people would find the most interesting. It didn't take too many brainstorming sessions to figure out the answer: people like sex. And so, they began to produce sex advice videos for people aged 18 to 30. IllumiStream's videos receive millions of views. Their safe sex protection video alone has received over 14 million views in the 4 months it's been online.
Last and most important, if it hurts, don't do it.
The channel is one of the most subscribed to and consistently ranks in the most viewed daily and weekly on YouTube. The videos hit the top of YouTube's rankings thanks to a simple formula. They use risque thumbnails and the word sex in their headlines with more frequency than any self-respecting porn movie.
Now that I've got your attention.
If you want to find out how to have joyful sex with joint pain or to truly understand hepatitis B, check out IllumiStream. They're among the Who's Who on YouTube. Now, IllumiStream, I know, I'm excited as well. IllumiStream are the masters of that center frame technique that becomes the thumbnail picture of any YouTube video.
My mom's watching this. All right, sex sells even for free on YouTube.
There's still more show ahead in the loop. Kevin sat down with Bear Grylls from Man vs. Wild to talk wilderness, roughing it, and faking it. Find out how Bear responds to the accusations of shenanigans, sir.
And later, Chris and Jeff take on the Asian underground for a look at gothic films from the Far East, like Devil May Cry, and anime that takes its video game source material very seriously.
The feed is brought to you by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back, guys. Kevin Kelly impression today.
Yes, but earlier Kevin spoke.
Pleasure. Take care.
Well, the Asian cinema is rich with a history of giant monsters, hentai creatures, and kids that spit blood. Jeff Wong and Chris Gore here are always ready to bring us the latest the genre has to offer.
That's right. Today they've got some gothic-themed films, including a little Korean horror, some anime, and even sci-fi in the latest installment of Asian Underground.
Chris Gore here in Chinatown with Asian cinema sensei Jeff Wong, and today we're talking about some of the coolest films in Asian Underground. Today we're looking at a little something for everyone, and our first film is a sci-fi action flick that stars two Japanese pop idols that you might think sucks, but it actually blew everyone away.
Yeah, the name of the movie is Moonchild, and it stars rock icons Gak and Hyde. It centers around a group of guys who grew up in this sort of fictitious, bad neighborhood, and what they had to do to survive throughout their sort of staying together. One of them happens to be a vampire.
But what makes this different than other U.S. sci-fi movies?
Well, what's different about this film is that the focus stays on the relationships of the guys and they're growing up. The sort of vampire thing is a little bit secondary, but it makes for some character developments. The action sequences in this are actually really well done, and for being two rock stars, Gak and Hyde do a really good job at portraying their characters.
Your anime pick this week is Devil May Cry, and based on the popular video game, and apparently kicks as much ass as the game.
Yeah, this show, Devil May Cry, does kick as much ass as the game. It follows our hero Dante, who's actually a half-demon, and he spends his time on Earth sort of hunting other demons for hire. He has two partners that he works with frequently that are both female, and he is just loaded with attitude as he goes about his daily business.
This girl's life is mine.
Cool. Now, does it retain the goth horror aspects?
It does that really well, and some of the other characters outside of him are more developed in the show than they ever were in the game. Whether or not you like the game, this show is really great. All the action and attitude is there.
Now, you brought us a Korean horror title this week, another creepy kid ghost story. Jeff, I'm starting to worry about you.
Well, you know, that's pretty much the whole genre, but the film this week I brought is Arang. And Arang follows two detectives who are investigating a series of murders with sort of a supernatural element behind it.
I mean, what's great about this horror genre is they take the mundane and they make it really scary.
What the director did was to take those kind of scare elements and put them into public places and broad daylight and wide open scenery, places we would think was normally safe. There are definitely some scary moments in it. What makes this film stand out from the rest is that it's a police procedural that happens to fall within this supernatural genre. There is a really unique twist at the end that I can't give away now, but you should definitely check it out.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. Some great goth picks this week. I'll definitely check into those. You should too. See you in our next Asian Underground.
Now, seriously, the Japanese are the only nation that should be allowed to make movies based on video games. Name one good American video game movie. One.
Actually, I can't think of one. Remember when we were kids, Fred Savage as the Wizard? That was a good one. It was back in the day. I remember it. I do. That was good.
All right, you've won this round, Kaylee. But next time, you might not be so lucky.
I'm so scared. Right. So summer is round the corner, and G4's got some big things planned for you to stay out of the sun. Keep your butts on the couch and see all the cool stuff we have in store for you, including new show launches and world television premieres.
A favorite comedy series will make a triumphant return, and we'll have exclusive live coverage from the hottest pop culture and biggest gaming events from around the world. Here's a sneak peek at what G4 has in store for you all summer long.
Oh, yeah.
They say this summer's gonna be a scorcher, so stay out of the sun with G4 all summer long. We'll be live at Comic-Con and the biggest gaming conventions in the world, like PAX, Leipzig, and E3 2008. We'll be bringing you the outrageous Season 2 premiere of Code Monkeys, plus more G4 exclusives, including a Dark Knight behind-the-scenes special and the world television premiere of The King of Kong. It's all a part of G4's Stay Out of the Sun Summer, starting June 1st, only on G4.
G4's got a great summer plan for you, including Code Monkeys. G4's 8-bit hit returns with an all-new season and all-new episodes.
That's right. Catch the critically acclaimed comedy Code Monkeys Season 2 starting June 1st, only on G4. Check out g4tv.com/codemonkeys for info and updates. Stay right there, though, because coming up in Blog Watch, we'll use paleofuture.org to find out what people in the past thought the future world would be like.
And later, Anna David returns with more Sex on the Streets. She's answering all the hard questions, including the riddle of whether you can catch an STD beneath the waves on spring break.
You actually can.
Stick around. Can you? I thought that was scientific.
I was wondering, why do we have to buy PS3s, Xbox 360s, or Wii's? What's wrong having a nice rigged computer system? I just really don't get it. Why spend so much money on, you know, a game console when you have a very nice computer?
That's actually a really good question. I've actually thought about this a lot because when I was growing up, and I'm sure when you were growing up, though I probably experienced this a little bit differently, it was all about having a great computer. That was it. You know, with Doom and Quake and all that stuff, it was all about the big computer. And, you know, the secondary thing was the consoles. Now I think what's happened is that the console market, they've been able to get so much juice out of the consoles with high def and all this stuff that it looks so good that it also breaks open a wider market, right?
Right.
So basically what happens is people just don't make games for PCs all that much.
Yeah,
and now the
they
big
want your
games are
money.
selling like crazy so that's what happened. All right, today's Blog Watch will
616-0845.
In 2007, a film crew discovered an epic conflict for gaming's most controversial world record.
If you don't play when the pressure's on, you're really not good enough.
Catch the world television premiere of The King of Kong, June 1st, only on G4.
So the best place to get sex advice isn't in the classroom, it's actually on the streets because look, street sex smarts are way better than book sex smarts.
Yeah, you're a lady in the sheets and a freak in the streets. Or something like that, sorry.
Are we rapping? We're rapping!
Sorry, you better listen up because school is in session and Anna David's the teacher. Check it out.
Hey, I'm Anna David, and I'm here in one of the sexiest cities in the world. You know what I think is even sexier? I'll give you a hint. It's in your pants. There's a lot of people out there who need a little bit of help in the Department of Love. So Attack of the Show sent me to the streets of New York to give some hands-on advice. All right, so Guy, you've got a question for me.
My girlfriend doesn't know that I masturbate, I guess, and I'm wondering, should I tell her?
She doesn't know that you do that.
No.
And let me guess, you don't think she does that either.
Well, I mean, she always says, why do I need to when I have a guy to do that for me?
I mean, the fact that you guys don't talk about stuff like that you don't have a sort of sexually open enough relationship to talk about things like that, that worries me a little bit, Guy. Everybody does it. They do it, you do it, it's not a big deal at all. So I would suggest telling your girlfriend, of course tell your girlfriend that you do it. You want her to know who you really are.
But you think she actually does that, though?
I think she actually does that. Most women do. I do know some women who don't, but I find that kind of strange. And it's just the sign of, like, a healthy sex drive. So I say you tell her the truth, because if you guys have an open and communicative sexual relationship, you may be able to cut down on that time you're spending alone doing your thing.
My girlfriend has eczema on her hands. Can I catch it from fooling around with her?
Good question. And I have happy news for you. No, you can't. Eczema is not contagious. It's a dry skin condition, and it can look kind of nasty. I'm sure your girlfriend's hands are lovely, but good news is you cannot catch it. It's actually hereditary. Her mom or dad or somebody in her family probably has it. And while not that pretty to look at, you're not gonna, let me see. I see no eczema. I think you're fine. I think you're going to continue to be fine. But if you want to be a good boyfriend, don't stress her out, because stress aggravates eczema.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't, but thank you very much.
Yeah. So you be good to that woman, and you're going to see a lot less of that flakiness on her hands.
Great.
I had unprotected sex in water during spring break. Can I get pregnant?
I'm here to tell you that if you have unprotected sex, you can get pregnant in the water, on a bed, on a cloud, wherever you are. Unprotected sex is unprotected sex. Just because you're in the water doesn't help things. So I don't know if you just got back from spring break or what, but there is the morning after pill, which for people over 18, you can actually just go to a pharmacy and buy. If you take it within 72 hours of the unprotected sex, that could keep you safe. However, you're obviously at risk for any number of STDs. So it's really, really important, whether you're on spring break, whether you're in the water, whatever you're doing, have protected sex. Can you do that, Amanda?
Yeah.
Can you be safe for next spring
I won't
break?
be a fool. I'll make sure they wrap theirs well. Don't worry.
Just doing my bit to help the guys out in New York. I'm Anna David. See you next time I go in your pants.
I remember one wild spring break I had back in college. I completely mastered BASIC. But not Visual Basic, it was QBasic, man. That language is crazy business.
Well, I do it on clouds all the time.
Ah.
Yeah. All right, it's time for today's epic fail, guys. Here's the situation. It's Italian TV, 2 girls, 1 copier, and the dreams of getting a tan in the middle of the workday.
All right, now normally a video with 2 hot foreign chicks would be something to celebrate, but science forces us to fail this immediately, right? We are slaves to science now, people.
Everyone knows that tanning lamps use the best ratio of UVB and UVA light to mimic the rays of the sun. All these hot girls have done is reflect light on a photoconductive drum. It's preposterous, really.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS Laptop Week continues in Gadgetron. We'll review the extremely thin ThinkBook or ThinkPad X300 from Lenovo.
And then on Friday, Uwe Boll and Zach Ward will be here live to talk about Postal, and maybe they'll box 7. Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for all the things you saw today and more.
And be sure to check out my show, Totally Rad Show. We're at TotallyRadShow.com. Meanwhile, X-Play is up next. Good night.